Tell us your story. How did you get to this point where you're now at a med tech conference from being a stuntman? How did you get here? Why are you doing what you're doing now?
Well, if it hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't believe it either. But when you shatter your tibia, your fibia, and your femur all under the knee joint in a non-stunt related accident, and you're laying in the hospital, they've done a bone graft off your hip, your leg's in the air, you're on a morphine drip. They said, well, you really did it this time. He said, listen, you're never gonna surf or snow ski or fly your hang glider. Your career as a stuntman is over. Now the good news is your Screen Actors Guild insurance, we just checked, will pay the $80,000 to replace your knee joint. You're gonna need an entirely new knee joint. I said, well, how long do they last? He said, well, 10, 15, maybe 20 years. I said, I'm 36. So that means when I'm 50, 55, I'm gonna have to go through this all over again? That doesn't sound like such a good deal. So, well, it's your only hope. You'll walk with a cane for the rest of your life. You'll have a stiff leg, and that'll throw off your other hip. The next thing, you're gonna need a hip replacement, and you're gonna need a knee replacement, and on and on. Now, the good news is you've got the Screen Actors Guild insurance. So if you'll sign right here, I said, wait a minute. I said, just hold on. I've got a show coming up called Fall Guys, and my good friend Lee Majors, $6 Million Man, I worked on his show. Let me call him and see what he thinks. So I called Lee and I said, hey Lee, they want to replace my knee joint. You know, they've got a technology that they'll replace your knee joint, and it's gonna be about 80 grand, but my insurance will cover it. And you know, I can come back, you know me, I'll fight hard and I'll come back and I'll be ready by the time we're ready to shoot Fall Guys, I'll be good to go. He said, John, you go through that knee replacement, you're done, you're over, you're done. There's 100 younger, faster guys that don't have an $80,000 knee. He says, what you've gotta do is you gotta get on a plane, fly to California. You know how bad my knees were. Well, I just went to Dr. Curlin and Dr. Job, and they were treating Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw and Jack Nicklaus with this Accujack machine. It's this electrical therapy. And I got my knees treated, and I'm playing tennis today pain-free. You gotta fly out here to California and get treated with this Accujack machine. He said, you can stay at my house. I'll have somebody there to pick you up tomorrow morning, but you gotta get out of that hospital. You're their boat payment. So on tequila, beer, and Percodans, I pulled out the IV drip. I said, I'm leaving. They said, you're out of your mind. You have 168 sutures in you. You can't go anywhere. I said, I'm afraid if I fall asleep, you're gonna replace my knee joint, and I'm under your care, and I'm your boat payment. I think I'll pass. They said, you are the stupidest human being. You do what you want to do. So I got on a plane. I never looked back. There was a friend of mine who said, hey, I've got this old rundown mineral hot springs up in Big Bear. You could come there and rehabilitate yourself. And it's got mineral water, and this is where the Indians went to heal. The Cyrano Indians up in Big Bear, California. And I said, sounded good to me. And he said, by the way, I've got a chiropractor, and his wife knows everything about billing. And they bill all kinds of medical insurances, and they're interested. They could put their Winnebago right outside of our hot springs, and you could treat out of their Winnebago, completely legal. I said, wow, sounds good to me. So Dr. Stan Cheney, I hooked up with him. He was the medical supervisor, chiropractor. His wife did the billing, and we started generating between $15,000 and $20,000 a month, paying the mortgage payment for the hot springs, and every day I would pull on this leg. So each day on that exercise cycle, I would get a little notch, an eighth of an inch further, because I was just like this, back and forth on that exercise cycle. Then I'd pull on my leg and pull, and it would boom, blow up so big that I couldn't get my pants on. And then I'd go back into my little cabin. I'd put the plates on, the leg would shrink, I could get my pants on. I'd slept with that device. I slept with that device and treated myself on a daily basis for a year. And that's when I started, one day, I made it all the way around on the bike. I went, get me a bicycle. So I started training. I started riding around Big Bear Lake, 14 miles every day. And then I said, geez, I wonder if I can run. So I started then jogging on the leg, just a little shuffling at first, got a little further, kept pulling on the leg because it wouldn't bend. I had to pull on it to get it to bend because it was straight, it was stuck. So I put towels around it, I did put all my weight on it, crack, excruciatingly painful. But every day, a little further and a little further. Then the Big Bear Triathlon came along, the California State Championships. And I'd been swimming in the pools, so I knew I could swim. I could bike. Well, I call the run by, because I'm sure I'll meet everybody in the races. They run by me. So I competed in that triathlon just a little over a year from the date of the injury, and I finished in the middle of the pack. My biking was strong, my swimming was strong. The run was still kind of a run by and meet the people because I didn't have I was worried. You know, I was scared still because the doctors had said, you know, you can't run on that leg. You can't do this. Your career is over. You know, all those, where did they get the rights to hang an expiration date on your toe and tell you you can't do things when the miracle here is the human body? Give it what it needs and it'll heal itself. When I called my orthopedic surgeon and said, I just wanted to tell you, today I ran my first triathlon on a leg you said would never bend. He said, you did what? You have no cartilage. You're gonna be arthritically crippled within the year, and you don't have that good Screen Actors Guild to pay for it. You are the stupidest human being I have ever met. To run on a leg that has no cartilage, you'll be crippled for life. You dumb, explicit. So I thought, if I heard 7 years, every cell in your body has replicated itself. Your brain takes about 13. So I went, okay, if I ran a triathlon, we'll see if I prove them right or wrong. So 7 years later, I'm still running triathlons. I'm still doing everything I love in life. So I went, okay, maybe I don't continue to degenerate. As he said, you'll be crippled within the year.
Right.
Not true. I infused charged, I ate correctly, I exercised, I made a healthier and healthier cell, so much so that, yeah, I treated myself every day for a year and a half. But since that time, I haven't treated this leg more than 40 times. My wife will attest to that. And I've done 32 triathlons, and I haven't needed to treat myself because my body's in a condition to heal itself all by itself. Sure, if I get an ache or a pain or I get a little scared, I'm gonna prove them right. I'll treat my knee, I don't wanna prove them right. And the funny thing is one day pedaling over Diamond Head, all of a sudden my knee locked. And I flipped on my bike and I was upside down and I went, oh, they're right. My knee just froze. And so I pedaled home because we have locking pedal. On one pedal, I got myself home and I looked at my knee and there was like a pimple sticking out. And I went, that's probably a bone or something that's stuck, or maybe it's one of the pins or screws that's coming loose and stuck. So my leg was stuck, so I pushed on it and it released. And I called my orthopedic surgeon, who now I've become friends with, and I said, Doc, I think one of the pins or screws is coming loose. And he said, come on in here, it's right on the tibia plateau, and I'll make a little incision and move it. So I went downtown to Queens Medical, and it was on a Saturday afternoon, and he opens the door and he's got a scalpel in his teeth and a screwdriver and a pair of pliers. He goes, I'm ready for you, crazy son of a gun, you know. He said a little different word than that. So he made a little incision, pulled out the pin, and I was good to go. So I spit out another pin. I had 3 pins, 12 screws, 2 plates, you know, and originally 3 pins in the tibia plateau. I have 1 left. My body spit out the other 2 because that plateau healed itself so perfectly that it didn't need any of that impedance in there, and it spit it out.
So your body actually took what was inside and kicked it out because it said I'm better. I don't need this.
I don't need this. So I enhanced the collagen and the elasticin in my leg, so maybe you don't need a 1/4 of an inch of cartilage. Maybe God gave us extra, because now it's not 7 years later, it's 34 years later, and I'm still doing everything I love in life. I've got a beautiful family.
Yeah.
I've got a wife and 2 children. Yeah, I was late to the gate, but you know, I didn't have my first child until I was 56 years old and a deer in the headlights. So yeah, I better grow younger because I've got to take care of these girls and this beautiful family. And that's what we want to be able to give the doctors, is the ability to treat and first do no harm. And the ability to have new tools with new rules and allow the body to heal itself and do what God made us to be. Perfect in every way. And to heal thyself, physician.